dialed it.
But do you think McGregor's size and power could be an issue for him? Holloway also commented on the fact that not everyone believes McGregor will.
They're the same people that was ripping down British flags.
No indication.
They're now complaining about pride flags being taken down.
A lot of people are
So the irony is fantastic, isn't it?
If he's training or whatever, but he looks pretty dedicated to everything that he's posting out.
Oh God, black people turning on Asians. In America.
Naked.
I think my favourite thing to do with reparations is definitely the Thor. So it's on about what do you think I just stole all your shit, I just don't have it anymore.
Where black people are calling for all of
So where do you get the shit in, man? What was it? So we're going to split these plums or not?
all of Asian
Fucking
businesses.
shame. It's bad, isn't it?
Let's talk
Oh,
about
they're banning their businesses. I mean, that's
It's
nasty here, that's all.
boycott movement that is sparking online among black people.
They're not failing for lack of custom. They're failing because they steal
Rick Chow trial. Now, if you're not familiar, Rick Chow is a man who was just acquitted on murder charges in the killing of a 14-year-old black boy by the name of Cyrus Carman Belton. Now, he believes Cyrus was shoplifting from a store. A confrontation ensued, and he ended up shooting this 14-year-old black boy, and that kid lost his life. I'm not going to get into all the ins and outs of that trial. If you want me to, maybe I can do a separate video on it, but just know that Rick Chow was found not guilty. This is really upset certain members of the black community. They're saying this trial is an indicator of systemic racism that is so present in our society and in our criminal justice system, and that Rick Chow deserves to be in prison for life. Going further than that, I'm going to show you a TikTok where a black woman says that
how many there
should now be murdered.
Oh, you expect to hear you can get 12 litres of water for £2. 12 litres for £2. I mean, come on, man. I mean, it is actually that cheap by far, but it is
By the way, that has over 30,000 likes on it, and for some reason is still allowed to be up on TikTok. Yet if I make a video saying that men are men and women are women, that gets taken down in, I should not, minutes. Okay, but if it's not only for the literal murder of this guy's son after he's gone through our court system,
I love that.
people are calling for the boycotting of all Asian businesses.
Well, that's what they show us doing at Always Sunny in Philadelphia. We got Danny DeVito sat down with him, he's got that little laptop. He goes, I'm going to show you something. They shows all these white people running out the building with bread and milk. And he goes, what's that, looting or thinging? And she goes, no, they're just taking what they need to survive, isn't it? He goes, let me show you another one. It's all black people running out with VCRs and things like that. And she goes, well, obviously looting because that's electronics. You don't need electronics to survive, isn't it? Ugh.
This man just got.
No, but that's why the Great Reset will never work, man. Because it's that sensitive time when they always need people to take more than what they need, isn't it?
It's not walk into any Asian businesses for the next 60 days. Let's try to do that. Try to go to Russia, try to go somewhere else to get your nails done.
Is that the guy who has a woman in his car?
It's not support any Asian businesses.
Yes! Yeah.
Because I don't understand what it's
You're right, yeah. There's no gain for him. Yeah. That was disgusting. Yeah. And that's what's disgusting. It was funny as fuck though when they raised all that money and none of it went on defence, just went on living in a mansion. And that's the mentality, isn't it? That's what's wrong. Your son's going to thinking that instead of you making trust funds, instead of making up money for his prison time, instead of doing anything like that, no, straight to the big house, big car. So, fuck no.
Every time a black person went out and murdered somebody of a
That's even worse. Oh, God, that's even worse. Yeah, that feels like definitely a money scam, because then when people ask where the money's from, oh, they remember the house and things like that. That's what it'll be, won't it?
You can catch me at H-Mart. That's where I'll be. Because of what? Also, we're not accounting for the recent uptick in the amount of black people that love anime. I'm watching you guys. I don't think you'll be able to do it. All jokes aside, let's watch some more videos of this apparent boycott that's going to be taking place. This next one says, speak with your dollar. As somebody who has always done her own nails, I know it's possible to never take money to those people's nail salons ever again. Alright, I don't know if I'm really thinking this through whatsoever. I'm just going to go ahead and point it out. For the most part, nail salons in the United States are owned by Vietnamese people. Rick Chow's from Hong Kong. Do you guys care? I don't know. At this point, it just seems like you're using this as an excuse to just
does that tell you something? That most are owned by Vietnamese people. That means it's a shitty job, otherwise it'd be spread out within those nail shops. So it means there's not much money there. You want to take that off. That's crazy, isn't it?
I'm going to stop supporting all Asians. Totally. And there are people, I guess, keeping the community in check on this one. This black lady is actually going to Asian businesses, walking in and checking if black people are still supporting them.
Good girl.
Don't lie about the job isn't actually that fun.
Oh, I thought you were going in there just to make sure that the Vietnamese know they're still supported.
Weird.
So we about to see which one of our black sisters is still supporting these people's business. Oh no. Yeah, our sisters.
Why is it the way people say you can't judge the masses based off one's actions? And I'm very confident doing just that, if you know what I mean. It's crazy, isn't it?
Ain't nobody learning. They still in here supporting.
You can't put it into a sandwich. I mean, try because I don't really eat avocado.
Just leave it there on Facebook.
It's like so I have a pre-made one, isn't it, Joe, with
Yeah, this other little place.
pork.
So we're not playing with
I
y'all.
think, there's not a lot of
Nobody's giving y'all business, so yeah, it's two of our sisters still giving business.
Yeah.
Three of our sisters still giving the Asians business. Yeah. They don't mind.
Treated by temperature control.
Asian business, I would think that a homeless schizophrenic lady just
No.
walked into the store and making a random video. Actually, what are you doing? You know, the vast majority of people do
Yeah,
not
you
allow
have to-
random news stories and random
No, you have to be fully controlled of it, isn't it? That's why it's probably a good thing to have your fridge that shows control instead.
They go to good businesses to get good service, and they don't care.
That's not going to be about tiny those other prawns were.
That business from. I think they just care whether or not
They look
are
like some of a fraud and print out.
Period. These are the very same people that will tell you the black community and black people are not a monolith. We don't
Yes.
want one, but they
That's what I was just saying.
as one when a problem like
Yeah.
this takes place. And these very same people who say they are not a monolith are now treating all
Yeah.
Asians. Really let that sink in. All
I think it's right,
Asians
so
like
white
a
people,
monolith
I
because of the actions of one
You're
man.
just about understanding America,
Went
if
through
I
a
understand it in
fair
Britain.
trial and was found not guilty. Imagine if all white people were like, yeah, you know, I haven't supported a black business since 1995 after that OJ trial. And of course, we can't talk about this without talking about hashtag Stop Asian Hate. Remember when that was taking over the nation and everybody was posting their infographics and hashtag Stop Asian Hate? Well, when we actually flipped over that rock, we found that black people were disproportionately, when compared to their population size, attacking Asian people. You literally have black
That's why you don't hear about it. It's like over here, they stopped talking about homophobia and the Islamophobia. They realised that the Islamophobia is being caused by trans, and that the homophobia was being caused by immigrants, weren't it? Like the big explosions, like crazy.
To do the nails of black people or stop.
Well, then that should be obvious, isn't it?
Sell you guys products.
So like if you bring in 5,000 people that don't like gay people, then homophobia is going to go up, isn't it? But it's anything I remember, like about 6 months to get away from it. Oh, families of mine, all crying. And it's something that, and that's what I meant to look at it, and then because they released, because like they've gone through court, stats have been released, it's like, it's illegal. That's why it's gone up. So they've stopped talking about that, because it's illegal. That's
Culture altogether from dark to black. And when I said,
Let's pause. If the Asians were racist or hated people, why'd they hire you to work at their business in the first place? Let's make that make sense. And if you got fired, it's probably because you were doing inadequate work. That's okay. Or at least work that they did not appreciate or want around. That's okay. And black people will be the first ones to tell you that mixed people and dark-skinned black people have a differing experience. In fact, they're very vocal about that separation within the black community, and they'll tell you straight to your face. But when an Asian sort of reiterates what is said by the black community all the time, that's problematic. Now, of course, there are many people of Asian descent who are calling this out and saying this makes absolutely no sense to be boycotting this. There are some Asians who are actually supporting this movement. Let's hear from one before we close out.
People are boycotting Asian businesses. If that's what it takes to wake our community up, more power to them. We don't really need Asians to wake them up. I'm tired of getting on this app, business here, and having to talk about some fuck shit that some Asian person is doing to black people. There's so many other things I want to talk about. Domestic violence prevention, mosquito brains, because that's what I got my PhD in. My writing process, how I write sci-fi novels. How I write, yes, the small business that I run because I write the sci-fi novels. But instead, no, I also see some Asian doing some mild minority stuff.
He was writing enough to make money. You would be doing analysis. You would be sticking with campus. No shame in having 7 different jobs, but you know.
Slide into fascism and watch the Asian vote be split because so many of us want to ally ourselves with our oppressors. And in my personal life, I'm tired of not being able to trust Asian people that I meet because so many of you would throw Asian people under the bus for white acceptance. And on top of that, another of are black people. And
how white people get blamed for black people not using their businesses? That's crazy, isn't it?
For Asians to be around as well, and they are.
I have no idea why whitey got a drive-by then.
In my community, get that out. And if these Asian stores close, like the ones that opened up in black neighborhoods, and then complain about white people being there, do racist things to them and profile them, let the stores close. Y'all don't deserve to be there. Have some respect. I know Asian people love money, so black people withholding their dollars might actually get them some big skulls.
That Asian on Asian hate crime taking place in that video, and it got 130,000 likes on it, meaning this is somehow resonating with people. But if you are an Asian who disagrees with what she just said in the video, or disagrees with her political point of view, or how you move through society, you are in fact just vying for white acceptance. You're trying to be a model to see, and you could be
But the whites have got nothing to do with this time. It's black people not using Asian businesses. Why the hell you have to drag white people into that? I have no idea. It's like...
Thinking that black people boycotting Asian businesses is somehow going to mend any sort of divide that may exist between Asian and black people is actually insane.
Yes.
It furthers the divide. It does not build a bridge. Instead, we should be looking at each individual, regardless of their race, as an individual. Apparently, we have a hard time doing that these days, especially on the woke left. We're so obsessed with racial identity and victimhood, and that's so deeply attached to how many people view themselves as an individual. Just to clear the air here, Asian people are not responsible for the actions of one particular Asian. They shouldn't be punished for the actions of one particular Asian. But I know that's not how the left likes to operate. They like to punish all members of a group all at once, especially if you're like white or Asian. The only time you get away with it is if you're, I don't know, black or trans. You guys can basically do anything. Because the left takes all these superficial identity characteristics like your race, your gender, your sexuality, and they put it on this totem pole of victimhood. And whoever's the lowest on the totem pole, meaning they're perceived to be the most victimized in society, they get away with the most. And right now that's like black and trans people, I guess. It is ridiculous. It's not going to mend fences or breach the gap whatsoever. In fact, it's going to divide us further than we've ever been divided before, and we see that play out every single day. So I guess try with your Asian boycott. Let's see how that goes. But I think most people can sort of get the notes, at least not make any sense. And with that, guys, those are my thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. As always, if you disagree with anything I said in this video, do get out and so respectfully. I encourage healthy debate on this channel. If you like this video, like, subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified every single time this video for you guys. It's every day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Helps you sell, market, and trade so you can grow your small business.
You know, baby.
She get right. You know, one time we were in the mall, like, and we were discussing about something, and she got so much even of like trying to punch me in the public.
You listen to some Jenny has real anger issues. Anger issues that might be a lot worse than we realise. It's interesting how Sonnen provokes himself and jabs at her, and he's treating her with shit. She needs a moment.
And how do you think your wife looks today, Sonnen?
But take it like this as a dinner. I see you're pretty. I was expecting a little more.
From jabs at her appearance to, get this, investing $50,000 of their joint money without even speaking to her first about it. It really does sound like Sonnen has stopped communicating and potentially stopped respecting his wife. So let's rewind to the start and join them with their group therapy session as the therapist asks, why are you here, guys? What's your biggest marital issues?
Right now we're living with his parents, so that's causing problems. But I mean, we have other issues too.
Season, like a lot of their problems can be traced back to their living situation. But Jenny now admits their problems actually extend way beyond. Sure, living with his family doesn't exactly help matters, but one of the biggest problems we face, Jenny says, is Summit's drinking. Is drinking a lot. It's starting to become a real problem. She says he doesn't stop if I ask him, and when he drinks, he doesn't respect me. She adds, he's also started to hide things from me.
Like when you went and invested $50,000 without telling me? Oh, damn. I did inform her.
Hold on, $50,000 of their joint money? Where did that money come from? I mean, they've been completely broke for a while now, hence why they're living with his parents. Like, do you mean to say Sonnen hadn't invested that money with or without Jenny's permission, depending on who you believe, and they'd still be able to rent an apartment and live by themselves? I mean, mistake, despite how Sonnen tries to brush it off like it's no big deal, $50,000 is a lot of money. So, what was it that he invested in?
Jenny's making it a bigger deal than it could be. I got a tip from my friend that I can make some money, and if I wait for her permission, I could have missed out.
Investment tip from a friend. Oh, that makes it okay then, does it? So totally proof. Oh, now, I'm sure that will double in money in no time. But you can completely understand why Jenny is pissed off about this. That money, joint money, could have come in useful private transaction given Jenny's medical bills. It would have been $50,000 that you would need to crowdfund for. Now, if you missed my last video where I discussed Jenny's ALS diagnosis, I'll include a link in the description below for you to watch that. But for what it's worth, Sonnen maintains that that money hasn't been lost, it's just invested for the time being. So, that being the case, the therapist go on to ask, why is it, Sonnen, that you didn't feel the need to talk to your wife about that investment? Why is it that you guys are struggling to communicate with one another?
She get mad, and one time we were in the mall, and we were discussing about something, and she got so mad she even tried to punch me in the public.
Be ready with every cafe latte.
Spartan, you are a legend. More to crush the enemy.
Mall, and we were discussing about something, and she got so mad she even tried to punch me in the public.
Okay, look, first things first, this don't say, try to physically attack partner, male or female, is never okay. Now, it's not a secret that Jenny does have an explosive temper. You've seen it numerous times. If
Another jump
go
here.
that far,
I can make it.
let's raise the question what she'd do to him private behind closed doors. That might be a major problem. That being the case, I do kind of understand why Sonnen is hesitant to tell Jenny things that he knows will make her. The guy seems scared of his wife and her temper. Just to be clear, Jenny certainly disputes this version of events. That's absolutely not what happened to Sonnen, she says. I didn't try to attack you. It was just a joke.
I pretended like it, but not in real.
I'm actually very surprised to hear this. Can you not imagine Jenny trying to hit Sonnen?
Really? How did I watch the show? Because I can definitely imagine it. We've seen Jenny get very angry and blow up times. Jenny has always been a little volatile, but remember, what they don't know at this stage whilst they were filming this is that Jenny had been experiencing ALS symptoms, but it hadn't been diagnosed yet. The drastic mood swings are a symptom of ALS, apparently. It is very possible that she might have blown up faster than normal because of her illness. What's abundantly clear is that these two have a lot of problems in their marriage. Trust issues, communication issues, anger issues, drinking problems perhaps. There's a lot, but both maintain that they do want to try. They're both in agreement that they want to save this marriage, and so it says, imagine his life without Jenny. He adds, when we fight, it does come with perks.
After a fight, makeup sex always, and enjoy.
Is it good for you, Jenny? Is the sex good?
Of course.
That, guys, is too much information. We can all do without that visual. Thank you very much. I can't help it. It's I don't want to be late to the club. Grandmother tell you about how much she enjoys sex. You do you. Have fun. Who do things good, but I don't need to know about it. Thank you. After therapy ends, Jenny, that's concerned that something hasn't been. Sometimes I do get reason for that.
I know I get mad, but a lot of my anger comes out of frustration. I'm frustrated with so many things.
Now, Summit is of the opinion that Jenny gets frustrated because she's a control freak. She likes everything done in her own way. But that's completely fair. Yes, maybe Jenny does like to be in control, but there is a valid reason for her frustrations. This is a lady in her 60s who made to live with her parents and abide by their rules in their home. It's hardly fair on her. It sure would have helped if you had that $50,000 to hand and could rent your own apartment, I'd suggest. But that issue of her age does raise another problem, a very real problem with space.
You have to think the age gap. That's what's causing the problem.
Go ahead, love. Just problem.
No, it's causing the problem.
As sweet a sentiment as that is, age is just the indisputable fact is that it will have an impact on your relationship. As Jenny gets older, sicker, it will become an even bigger factor. Sam himself already is complaining that Jenny acts like a second mum to him. And so how is he denying that it's a problem? Clearly it's the age to have all the therapy in the world. Won't give a challenge. So the next time we join them the next day, they're getting ready for a banquet where they're going to be seeing how the couples interact and show their respect for one another. So in preparation for that, Jenny heads to a salon with Paula and Shekinah. Shekinah, when was the last time you treated yourself, Jenny? When was the last time you glammed up?
I can't even remember. I'm just staying in my room. His parents are there. I'm hiding out.
That's a lot.
It's a miserable picture, doesn't it? Like, if Jenny just confined to her room, eventually at some point...
Yeah, especially if they're taking her money, that's all. It's been a bit of a dodgy.
Just imagine if you cooked up in one room all day, feeling comfortable enough in your own home to go out into the living room, for example. It's depressing, in a way. For as sad as it is that they are here at a resort needing to save their marriage, I'm glad that it's given her the opportunity to get away from that situation for a while. Now, while getting her makeup done might not be something that Jenny normally does, it seems like the effort that she's gone to today is appreciated by her husband.
Wow, baby, you're looking pretty. It's okay. It's just different from how I do my makeup. Sometimes different is good. That's why we're here. Something different too.
So while Jenny downplays it or does her best to dismiss it, necessarily the impression that she loves her new look. It certainly does.
There's some codeine on there.
Best to be sweet and encouraging to her. It keeps telling her how good she looks, which is great while it lasts. So they head over to the banquet hall where the ladies are given tiaras to wear. So you can ask Jenny, the therapist asks Summit if he makes his best efforts. This time, his answer changes.
Block is always block. When they do a leg drop.
It's much deeper than that.
Oh, dude, that could have possibly.
Country. Take us on your journey.
Yeah, she look good. She always look good. Like, but thing is, like, this is Indian. I see him pretty. I was expecting a little more.
So he likes her makeup, but Summit is less than impressed with Jenny's Indian outfit. Here's a pro tip for you, Summit. When what you say leaves even the therapist's mouth aghast, maybe it would have been better not to say anything. Again, maybe this is a communication issue, or maybe it's an age gap issue. Jenny isn't a young lady. She was never likely to come out wearing a skimpy black dress and showing off skin, was she? Now, I get the sense that Summit maybe realises that he did take that too far, because with the aid of the therapist, he does then try to backtrack.
She's comfortable in that, and she's always about comfort.
Well, aren't you lucky to have a wife who always looks good?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, props to the therapist for trying to help Summit get his foot out of his mouth there. But maybe in the spirit of therapy, perhaps Summit was just trying to be honest here. He did at least keep saying that Jenny always looks good to him. But this is a very important lesson.
Need to get through that.
Sometimes being kind to your partner is just as important as honesty. Keep in mind, this dinner, this entire exercise, has been designed to see how the couples treat each other. Treat each other with kindness and care. It's unfortunately in a relationship for a while. Things start you get comfortable, start making that effort. In fact, while they're eating their dinner, Summit shows yet another sign that perhaps he lacks that caring attitude when it comes to his wife. Summit, punctuate your thoughts, the therapist has to remind him.
He raised it to her face. Yeah, you're pointing it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Means he wants to kill me. That's right.
Jenny's response there, it kind of indicates me, right, it was a joke, but it kind of indicates me that she's grounded. I think Summit doesn't consider her used. It's tricky. She can have communication issues or university. It doesn't volunteer to continue. It is something has to change to save this marriage. I think that is also a large cause of Jenny's frustration.
I've traveled to every country in the world, and I've learned this the hard way. You know what's worse than a 12-hour layover? A 12-hour layover with no signal. I've been there. On my last trip to Korea, I had an internet over in China, and I didn't have any internet access there. The flight got delayed, and while everyone was trying to connect to the airport Wi-Fi, I realized how much I actually needed. That night, I wasn't able to look for accommodation outside the airport, so I had to settle for a full night on the floor. But now, I don't really worry about that anymore. All-of-flight access is called Always On. It gives you 1 gigabyte of backup data when you need it. I stay connected even before I get to my destination. So a 12-hour layover isn't a problem anymore because All-of-Flight has my back.
Cappuccino, please.
And big one. Today, the tank.
You want to know the rule of it? Congrats, you bundle up. That's cool. Where'd you hear that?
I'll be without you.
Fast. They've only been together for a few days, and the wedding might be off already. So let's rewind to the start and find out how things descended to this so fast. We pick things up as Annabelle is scrubbing Shay's bath.
Simon, what are you doing?
I'm cleaning.
the Philippines, I use my house very clean.
Look at me. I want you to get back in bed. I want to do something for you. I want you to relax.
Now, in the first few episodes, we've seen that Annabelle is almost obsessed with cleanliness and neatness, so much so that the very first time she shaved Annabelle literally stopped him from heads and top, going as far as to even cut guys' hands.
It's easy to get comfortable with somebody after they scrub your butt cheeks.
Don't get me wrong, Shane loves her, but Annabelle wants everything, including her house and her fiancé, to be squeaky clean. Like, already it's clear that having large dogs in the house, dogs that shed, it's going to be a massive challenge for Annabelle. But for right now, this being her very first morning in her new home, Shane wants Annabelle just to get back in bed while he makes her breakfast. While he cooks, Shane begins to reminisce about the night before. No, not the sexy time, but rather the tension that's already brewing between Annabelle and his daughter.
Maybe they're just kind of, sizing each other up and competing for my attention. And, so it may be messy for a while.
Interesting relationship. Alison does seem quite possessive about her dad, dare I say it, even competitive with Annabelle over him. Case in point, when she witnessed the gift that Shane bought Annabelle, she got jealous. She wanted the same for her dad too. Like, she's actually been quite vocal in saying that if she doesn't like Annabelle, then she's going to go out of her way to make sure her dad gets rid of her. I mean, the thing about Alison, single mother of two young kids, lives right next door to her dad, and yet still felt the need to bring her kids over to play in her father's house and make a mess of the house that he'd only just tidied up. Like, presenting clean freak Annabelle with a very bad first impression of the house when she first walked in kind of makes me suspect that she's going out of her way to cause problems. But the icing on the cake, at least as far as Annabelle is concerned, is that Alison then also proceeded to ask Shane for money. To me at least, it felt like a bit of a power play. It almost felt like Alison wanted Annabelle to know that her dad can't say no to her. But as Annabelle eats her breakfast in bed, Shane's daughter isn't the only thing on Annabelle's mind.
In the Philippines, we do not eat in the bed. I look at everywhere, the dog hair is everywhere, the messy is everywhere. I don't want to eat dog hair for breakfast.
Yeah, this experience absolutely isn't helping her to relax. So after eating for a while, to be polite, she gets up and heads to the kitchen. Hopefully, Shay's next activity will be a little more successful. So what do the have planned for today? Well, she's taking Annabelle out to explore her new hometown. The kids includes about the industry of the town. It's a little bit too much for Annabelle to take in.
She likes to talk a lot.
Baby.
Look at that, look at that, look at
Oh.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
These are the
Yeah.
sand barges, these are the
Five.
concrete trucks.
But they're looking awesome. Yeah.
Expecting her to be impressed.
I'll do the prep first with you.
About his town, a town that he's very keen about.
Oh yeah, I was thinking
First impressions, at least as
who said they do taste that place. I know, do you remember we got that turkish cabbage? I want to say, I don't think they do taste there, did they?
Shut up so that she can take it for herself.
I can understand English well, but he's putting it at
They're short on the water.
oh my god, Shay, shut up.
Yes.
So, well, Annabelle isn't being nice about her feelings. She just wanted to shut up. She says, so have a hard time feeling sorry for Shane. Like, he does. He's super charming. He really does think that he's the insane. I'm sorry for what I've seen at least. I don't think that's...
Sounds quick.
Do you think he's quite sweet? He's like more of that to come over the course of the season. A restaurant to have a beer and
Do you want Judge Studio?
immediately has
That game's really fucking good. Every time you die, you